Right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Gatekeeper podcast. This is your host, Jeannie. And today we are here with two wonderful boys, Ethan Miller, as
What
usual,
up?
and Gabe Frang.
How is it
The
going?
hype man.
Let's
Woo!
go.
And
I am
we're
here.
happy to announce that we are going to make the effort that the three of us will be doing the podcast at least as much as we can each week. We'll try to have the three of us here each week. So it's about to be pretty exciting, pretty interesting. You know how it's going to be. So, how are you guys doing?
You go ahead, Ethan. How are you doing, Ethan?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just a little sleepy, but
And I know there are some events that have just been announced. First one being the Thanksgiving event, as well as the Dynamo Birthday Bash 2. So these are two big events that happened in the past. Any feelings any bits of excitement here? I know we got a couple months still, but any thoughts?
yeah, dude. The last time there was a Dynamo birthday bash, got some history.
And speaking of that history, that's kind of what we're about to dive into today. Today, we are going to be looking at the greatest, hypest, most insane, greatest roles we've ever been a part of, the best roles in all of Gatekeeper history, the Ultra, the Apotheosis, the Paragon roles in Gatekeeper history.
Also, the greatest rules in Gatekeeper history.
How do we, before
Also, the
we,
best roles in Gatekeeper history.
That's a good point. Thank
before
you.
we jump into it, what comes to mind when we say hype roll?
When I think, okay, the hardest part, well, okay, when I think of hype rolls, I think of like how I've tried so hard to manufacture a hype roll and it never works.
Mm.
Like every single time that like I've come into a match and I'm like, okay, when I get 3 dragons, this is what I'm gonna do to make it as hype as possible, and I miss the roll every single time.
Every single time.
Every single time. Every single time I've had a hype roll, it's something that has come to me like in the moment. So like I have tried like so hard sometimes to manufacture moments, and like the moment just doesn't happen. So I think for me a lot of times when I think of like, or at least in the past when I've thought of hype moments, I've thought of like me trying to prep for a moment, and like I said, every time it just never works out. So a lot of times with the role itself, you have to wait until the feeling is right. It's kind of the same thing with like that hype moment while you're rolling, and kind of how you approach it. So
So, and to add to that real quick, okay, do we feel, and I'm gonna I'll answer right after you guys answer. Is it is it fact or fiction that you know when a roll is about to happen?
no, I think it's fact. I think that I'm trying to think of like moments. I remember one time I was really feeling it like it was gonna happen, and Steven, I'm sorry, this moment kind of came to front of my mind.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound like I'm blaming you, but it was a moment where we were in my parents' basement. I was playing this really hype song. Everyone's fist bumping,
Yes.
and I was
Yep.
just about to roll. And
Hmm.
then I think Steven's camera died, or his phone died while he was recording.
Yes.
And then I think he stopped everything.
Oh,
He
ruin the
stopped.
momentum.
Yeah, he like stopped the whole momentum of the moment so he can get another. I was going for a dragon roll. It was my first time. If I had gotten the dragon roll, it would have been my first dragon roll. And after we stopped it, I ended up rolling a 4 instead of a 5. So I would say that there's some times where whatever circumstances it can the feeling can just get sucked out of the room.
Ethan, what's your take on this phenomenon?
When I think of hype rolls, I think about how I've only had maybe one in my entire 6 years of playing this game.
Mm. A game, mind you, where most new players hit a hype roll their first game.
Yep.
But for
Yeah.
Ethan, right, only once. So okay, what else? One. Okay, sorry, let me ask you this: in the documentary, you said we felt it in the air when referring to Trevor rolling the legendary three
Crazy.
sixes,
The triple sixes. Yep.
the triple sixes. And this is one roll we won't be recovering today. What did you mean when you said you felt it in the air?
Well, the first one, it was kind of funny. Like, it was like I don't think up to that point a Gatekeeper had rolled a 6 at all, right? Am I?
It's possible. It's definitely possible we haven't rolled it.
Because that was fairly early on, as far as like that level of Gatekeeper we were playing.
It was the first 3 months of Gatekeeper, as it were.
Yeah.
So
Um,
it's likely we only had like maybe 4 matches before that, maybe 4 or 5. So yeah, it's very possible no one rolled a 6.
but it was just like I just remember all of us sitting there, and the first one happened. It was kind of like comedic. Like it was pretty funny the first time it happened because this was Trevor's first time playing, also, and it just kept. I don't know what was going on. I honestly don't remember that much about like what was going like what the rest of us were doing. And I don't know how we couldn't kill this guy, but like it went around a second time without him having a whole turn,
Well, let me
and then he rolled
preface.
the day.
Oh,
We were
go
like,
ahead.
I feel like we were all like manifesting it in the air. I felt like I
Manifesting.
remember before he rolled.
What could you possibly mean by
Before
that?
what
Manifesting, like we were
we
willing it
were
to
all
happen, or
before he rolled, we would all sit there and just like we would all. I remember we wouldn't be saying anything. We'd just be looking at him and like we'd be trying to like force it into existence. You know what I mean?
and unfortunately I do. Not unfortunately, fortunately I do. Because I was there and so was Gabe.
We were
I don't
both
think
there.
I was there for the
You
triple
s-
six.
I remember the text chats. You were supposed to be there, so I do
Yeah, I
think
think
you were there.
okay.
Unless you couldn't
You
go to
weren't there,
Ethan.
Gabe?
I think he was.
I
I
think you were there.
That was probably us three, the big three's first moment of that level of hype.
It could have been, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember what happened because I remember I ran into your grandmother's door. And just for sake of with the listeners, if you roll a 6 in Gatekeeper on the last turn of
Oh
the
yeah.
game, the Gatekeeper has to survive one more round. So
Mhm.
when we say he rolled 3 6s, what that means is he was about to win the game, and 3 times in a row he rolled a 6, which meaning that he had to survive a whole nother round 3 times in a row. And I
He was
actually
first rotation gatekeeper too, right?
I think he was actually not. I'm pretty sure he had one rotation to survive because I remember
Really? He was the third gatekeeper?
he was the third Gatekeeper, and I remember
Yeah,
because
I'm foggy on all these memories. I just remember like the feeling in the air and
well,
the
and
like just actual action of him rolling 3 times in a
well,
row.
and I'll tell you why I know because Amador, this is the game he took victory over you, like when he passed you up in the ranks. And
Mm.
I remember the turn after he said, "So I don't have to survive a rotation at all." He said, I just win instantly if I take center." And I said, "No, you still got to survive one." And that was when we decided that ruling that you have to survive
You
one
have to survive one.
after. And
Mm.
so
I see.
that
Yeah.
was yeah, I remember that, and I don't know, I just at that point we had some hype rolls, but like that was a pinnacle for sure.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. Well, then I went down the third. I literally, how did we not kill this guy at all? Do you
How?
remember?
So he had red gate, I think. So even today we were playing Gatekeeper today for the league matches, and I think it just is what it is. Sometimes if you have red gate, you have a chance of surviving, and I think that something like that happened today where they didn't win, but they got to the very end. They got to the last rotation.
So he was just defending Redgate pretty much then. Is
And
that
I
what
wouldn't
happened?
say he was defending it either. He was just this is raw luck of Gatekeeper, especially back then when there was so much there was probably a lot of imbalance in the game. So we didn't, at that point it was a lot of just we didn't know what was going to happen. We hadn't discovered the depths of the game yet. I don't even know if there was dragons back then because I remember Trevor maybe a couple months later was like, hey, you should add dragons to the game. Like that'd be super sweet if you like destroyed a lane shield and got a dragon. So I don't think there were even dragons in the
You
game.
know what? I do remember that.
And that was at Papa Salude's house. So yeah, so I feel like the 666 is sort of an example of a hype roll, and we're gonna get into watching these videos of the hypest rolls of all time. But I just wanted to get that sort of recap of what it means to have a hype roll. And so let me kind of preface as someone who I think I've had one hype roll in my life, and it was the first one we ever got on video, which is going to be the one we watch here in a minute. But for me, I think you really can't stress it enough. We know from the bottom of our heart when there's going to be a roll. We feel it genuinely. And you'll see me, I even say it in the video. Oh my gosh, I'm going to do it. Like it's literally like God himself, like the creator, like an entity of from above. It's like I don't even know what to say. It's like, it's almost as if the conscious synapses, or so like whatever the brain connections are, it's like the whole universe is connected. This is how I feel. I feel like the whole universe is connected through electricity, and there's like this consciousness that flows within every object in the universe, and it's like we're living in this giant brain. And I feel like in that moment, I am connected from my very soul to the universe, and I know, and I knew that I was gonna roll what I was gonna roll. And that being said, what Gabe said, I think, is very profound. You can't force a hype roll.
Yeah.
If you know, you know, like it's not going to happen. And let me, even today, let me give an example. Today we were playing once again in the league match, and it came down to the last match. And this guy Presley he was gunning for me the whole game because I had tried to kill him the game before. And I had managed to survive, and I ended up in a 1v1 with him. And he had a full domination. That's all 4 gates, max health. And I looked him dead in the eyes, and I conjured my third dragon, or summoned my third dragon. And it was me and a dragon roll. And up until this moment, I was feeling it. But then I said, count me down from 23. And as I started to count down, I realized I picked the wrong number. I realized I didn't go with the flow of the world. I didn't, and
That'll do it.
And I just literally by 20, I knew that I wasn't gonna get it. It was too late, and that's how it is a lot. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to do it, but when we do roll it, we know. When we don't, we also kind of know. I don't know if.
What is the common factor, do you think, in all the hype rolls that we?
So
about?
actually, I do have an answer to this. Gabe, do you have anything? What do you think? What do you think it is? And then I'll say, because I actually have I feel like a pretty.
Could Ethan repeat the question again? I didn't understand what he said.
I said, what do you think is the common factor between like all of our hype rolls? Like, what makes it? What's the common thread? Like, why do we get them?
Like, why does a hype roll happen?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of it then on the participants around the table. I think that's kind of the with a hype roll, in my opinion. I think that anyone can roll a lucky number. I think that anyone can roll a 5 on a 6-sided dice. Not everyone can kind of get the crowd pumped up, and then not everybody can be excited in that moment. Like we play with some people that just don't know how to get excited with other guys, and that's just like, in my opinion, the least favorite people to play with.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would say the common thread is a decent group of guys that know how to
let go.
Let go, root for someone else. Like, I'm the kind of type, even if you're rolling a 5 against me, like if I'm the gatekeeper, I will literally cheer you on. Like, I care more about, of course,
it's part of the core of the game.
Exactly. Like, unless it's like the gatekeeper championships or something, like
then I'll be mad, dude.
Exactly. Like I want you to roll a 5 because it's fun, and like that's like the best part of the game.
Yeah.
Is the hype of the game. And in my opinion, like the soul of Gatekeeper is those hype moments that make people want to
Mm.
come back to play the next week.
And it's crazy
Dude,
that
literally, Brandon Rimpus, Pyramus,
Yeah.
I believe, like, literally, the reason he kept coming back every week is
Yep.
because he literally won the game on the most hype way you can
Yep.
in his first game ever.
Yeah.
if you roll a hype roll, you can't go back.
I know. It is kind of. I don't know. Sometimes I think about like how it's kind of crazy that like how I kept coming back to play Gatekeeper when I literally got no points. Like I don't even know what made me keep coming back.
I think it
Probably
Yeah, that is crazy.
like I
God.
think it was just yeah. It really it was God. Like I wanted to hit a hype roll so bad that once I did, I'm like, okay, this is all I'm gonna do now. Is hype rolls.
And we can preface this. So we were talking about this. So the first, I don't know if you listened to the first two podcasts, Gabe, because I know you don't have Spotify. But the first, we put you in the B tier, top of
Sure.
B tier for players.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because your stats were your stats just aren't great. But
No.
the second podcast, we kind of thought back on it because what we realized is in the stats, you had the highest keeper kill assist out of any other player. Which what that basically means is when it comes down to killing the gatekeeper, when there's no hope left, you're the strategist that we need on our side.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
and that kind of end game strategy, that end game of like, okay, if you kill this person and go for this dragon and take this Eldament tower and you do that this turn and this turn, then by the third turn you'll have this and this, and then you can use that in this order. And when you
Right.
have that sort of game knowledge, that's how you get. I mean, that's literally how you made it into the grand finals in season
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that kind of thing is what killed Andrew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you killed Andrew with. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I mean, it's unprecedented the things that we've experienced. So of course, like I'd love to. We're seriously just about to get into that, but I wanted to actually, but right before we get into that, I wanted to bring this up too because just a little bit of strategy talk because we were talking about this all last week or on Wednesday. So we had mentioned, Ethan, red and green was the big strategy. Like that was the meta for season 3. And we were saying, well, like Andrew's stats second half of season 3 weren't that good. So what's the difference here? Why was Andrew's stats so bad and then why were they so good in season 4 and Lucas's was worse? The reason why, and I figured this out, red and green, which was Lucas's go-to for when he went for center, he'd get red and green, go for the center. It counters the jackpot. All you have to worry about is dragons. And to be honest, if I wasn't on the board, no one's really dragon rolling on Lucas. Nobody was really doing it. Nobody had dragons. So we had the dragons curse him or else we were going to lose. And I don't think anybody dragon cursed him ever. So or they had the magic 8 him. But like even the magic 8's hard to do if you don't have if you can't jackpot. So Lucas just was a jackpot preventer essentially. And going forward into season 4, I think the difference was Andrew. He talked about it in the thing is that he basically he figured out a way to counter by putting himself in a position where people would force him to jackpot, just like we did in the grand finals, and then he would counter it. So in the grand finals, he missed it, but what he did was he had the counter stockade dragon on him the whole game, and he turned it in. No, actually, no, he didn't. He rolled for the Eldament tower to conjure stockade right before he went into the center, and he missed it. But he had been doing that all season. So when he was forced in the center, he would have a stockade or two, and then end up winning the game because of it. So there was a lot of depth there, and because of that, obviously Lucas the jackpot, because of it, Lucas didn't have green. The stockade made it so he couldn't kill him. So I think Andrew's dominance, as well as Ethan's dominance in the gate in like mid game, early game, literally just forced Lucas into a losing position. So any thoughts on that before we go right into it, to the meat of this?
I mean, I don't think so. I think you pretty much summed it up.
Okay. I just want to get that across because I love talking strats and stuff. All right. So first on the list here. So and let me preface too. The 666 may have been the craziest moment of my life.
Yeah.
So and going forward, we'll go and talk about the rest of these. One other role, maybe I shouldn't get into this. One other role that was crazy, I guess I'll mention it briefly, was it was called the 3 and the 4, where it came down to the last term of the game. Do you remember this, Gabe?
Yeah, what will you explain that? Explain it again. What was
Yeah,
it?
so I was
I
playing
remember that.
the demon, and in order for me to win, Ryan had 4 health in the center. I had no gates, so I had to roll a 3 on the demon card, which would allow me to possess another player and roll my trait roll on their card again.
I
And
remember this.
the Anubis, Josh was playing the Anubis, and so if I roll a 3, I possess Josh the Anubis, and then I roll a 4, deal 4 damage to the center, just enough damage to kill him.
Crazy. Oh, I remember
Yeah.
this.
And I remember this was the first time we had ever chucked the dice off of the balcony.
At your old house.
And yeah, I remember we rolled it. It went under the tree, and we had to
Yes.
re-roll it.
Yes.
So,
Dude, this is like yeah, I remember this.
so I mean, that's crazy. That was another one that happened before we ever recorded. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, and again, literally the craziest moment of my life. So let me get into the next one. Okay, is everyone ready? Are you guys ready to look at this first clip here?
Yeah, I say let's start going down the list.
Do we want to watch
Yeah.
the whole clip, or you want to pause it throughout and talk about? I mean, I think we pause it and talk about it as it's
Sure.
going.
Sure.
Okay.
Alright, go. Let's go. Dragon roll. He needs to get dragon roll. What's that?
Okay. So oh, let me go like this. Oh, I love that. How that. Let me. There we go.
Are you streaming it?
Yeah.
Alright, go. Let's go.
You're not streaming?
I'm not streaming it.
No, you're not.
No.
Oh, on Discord, I'm not. Okay, hold on.
Edit that out of post.
Let me see here.
This is Steven when he loses to DeBalzac.
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go.
Go both.
So this right here, I'll start it. So
Alright, go. Let's go. Dragon roll. He needs to get dragon roll. What's happening right now? What's happening? Point is on the line. I need a 5. He needs a 5.
okay, do you guys remember what was going on that night? I know Ethan wasn't there for this one, but do you remember what this night was about?
Like the theme of the night?
Sure.
I don't actually. I thought this was in the morning. I thought this was like the morning after.
Yes, it was. So
Yeah.
so we had only recorded one match before this. So the night before, we recorded the first hype roll, and we played, I think, literally like 5 matches, and like we played all night, and then your parents asked us to be quiet. So, but the
Yeah.
night before, you have to understand, like that was the first time we recorded something hype, and the roll itself wasn't even that good. It was like a 50-50 that we had recorded, and that's not even on this list. But there was a lot of juice, so to speak, running through our veins.
Yes.
And I just feel like it's not. I don't know. You can't even like literally the craziest night of our lives almost. I think truly this could be my peak.
Right at the beginning.
But I just want to. Well, for me, yeah, because I mean, truly, like this was my shining moment, and I just wanted to like. I don't know. I just wanted to. And so the night before, just to set the scene, we had been playing Gatekeeper all night. We had been listening to jazz music of all things. We were listening to freeform jazz all night. We woke up at 10 a.m. and the first thing we did was started playing. This was our first game in the morning,
Yep.
and just so Gabriel Amador, who at this point was second, and I was third on the leaderboard. Ethan was still in first, but he wasn't there. He had dominated this game. Like, it was great. Like, he had all 4 gates, complete domination, 20 health. He had all the best gates blocked off. The only way I could beat him is with a Dragon's Curse. And for those that don't know, When you get 3 dragons, Gatekeeper, you can turn them in for a dragon roll. Dragon roll, if you roll a 5, it allows you to 1v1 the person who is Gatekeeper. 6 to 6, 6-sided die versus 6-sided die to win the game. At this point, we had this role was in the game for about 6 months. Nobody had done it. No, like we had people who collected dragons. Nobody had ever gone for a dragon roll. Nobody had done Dragon's Curse. And we had people we had like Ryan, for example, who like literally hunted dragons all the time.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll play the video again. Unless you guys have something to say. Of course, just chime in if you have something. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna get a Dragon's Curse to 1v1 Gabriel. Head on. Goodbye. For the
It's
win.
the only way. So if I
For
beat
the win.
him, I win the game.
Yep.
Let's go.
Up. Roll a 5. Roll a 5. Come on. 3, 2, 1.
Don't cut me down. Don't cut me down. I'm not ready.
Dude, when are you gonna be ready?
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I mean. Like
Yep.
I wasn't like I knew in my heart that if I rolled, I wouldn't get it. But for something inside of me beckoned me to make this speech right here.
Are you ready to get me?
The 2 layers of sunglasses.
Are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. This is for everything. This is my entire life has led up to this moment. Right, let's go.
Oh, come on.
I know. Come on. I have carried on too many turns. I've lost too much health. You die, I'm not gonna take this anymore. I'm back. Oh my God! I'm gonna do it.
Okay, before we continue the thing, I want to. So let's preface here. I literally that's what I was talking about before. I literally said, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it," and I remember that moment inside of my bone. It was like an energy inside of my bones, like a ball of plasma just like shooting out of my like I couldn't keep it. I couldn't contain it.
Right.
And
the Holy Spirit give you a word of knowledge.
And I literally couldn't help but say, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it!" Like it was like it was like I was about to like throw up or something. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up. Like I had to I couldn't keep it in. So that at that point, it was all ecstasy at that point. So
Yeah, I think up to that point in my life, I literally never experienced anything this exciting or hype in my life. Like it was insane, and like it's pretty much like you were saying. Like I vividly remember there being an energy in the room that it's kind of crazy. You say that like when we first counted you down, you said I'm not ready. Like we didn't feel the energy until you started making your speech, and then like once you're rolling the dice in your hand, you can literally hear people start to oh my gosh, like something's happening.
Oh my gosh!
Like literally,
It's a ghost.
like I literally remember that. Like he's rolling it, like everyone's starting to like you literally just hear the volume of the room start to rise, and like
Yeah.
it was just like the energy just matched that. And then as soon as you like roll the dice, I don't know if like we all just knew it was gonna happen, but like I think we knew it was gonna happen because like as soon as that dice hit the table and there's a 5, like I think that like some inner being of energy just exploded within all of us, and like I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that up to that point. Like with that, like I said, just that amount of hype and that amount of energy was just like you said, pure ecstasy.
I think I agree. Like, I don't think ever in my whole life have I ever been that hype, period. Like, ever. Yeah. I think I would have to literally be playing in the grand final, like the NBA, like
The NBA Finals.
NBA Finals Game 7 overtime. Like, that's what it felt. And, like, for us, the stakes were there because this was the last match before the grand finals
Or the
tournament.
finals.
Yeah,
Before
like
the tournament.
I literally just remember screaming like as loud as I could for like an entire minute straight. At least that's what it seemed like.
Literally.
It seemed like forever. It literally felt like forever.
Let's count. I rolled it right. I rolled it at 107.
This isn't even to actually end it.
So that was a solid. That was a solid.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Dude, it felt like a lifetime of just like pure joy. Wow.
Dude, and I swear to you, so people don't know. Not everyone knows I believe this. I believe Gabriel Amador is Gabriel, the messenger angel from the Bible. I truly believe this. He's an old man. Although he's our age, he acts like an old man. He's extremely conservative. He's obsessed with church history. Okay, and he just happens to have all of this wise knowledge. And he was the one I rolled it on. And it's like he knew it was gonna happen. It's like the only reason he exists is so I could roll a 5 on him. It's like God, and he got like it's like the Lord himself sent this angel down to be my friend, so I could roll a 5 on him, so we could make history. Or like for that moment, I don't know. I don't know if I'm right, but
I think you're right.
I'll keep playing. Okay, I'll keep playing. So I rolled the 5. I rolled the 5 for people who didn't catch. We have to battle now. Okay. Look at what Gabe does right here. Look what Gabe does. Right here. Gabe moves the glasses off the table.
I feel like it's funny because like I literally like don't really remember doing that. I feel like my body was just like I don't know. There's no explanation for it. It's pretty self-explanatory.
I'm telling you, no. I'm telling you, it was as if there is it's like dark matter, right? So it's like in space, they believe that there is it's not just nothing that connects everything in space. It's like something like dark matter. They call it dark matter, right. And it's like water. It's like some sort of water, but we can't detect it or touch it or see it, or we don't know how to like interact with it. But we know it's there because it has some sort of gravity to it or something like that. We see how it affects objects in space. I feel as if, like whatever was happening in the cosmos, we're floating through it. Like we're going with the current. Like, you know what I mean? We're being pulled.
Yeah. I think the angel Gabriel went from Gabriel Amador's body into me in that moment and just moved the dice out of the way, or moved the sunglasses out of the way, and then back to Gabriel so he could lose.
And let's be clear, if he didn't move those glasses, it would have affected the dice roll. I wouldn't have rolled it.
I think so.
So let's keep going. Let's see what happens.
Whoever wins this roll wins the mother freaking game. Count us down. 3, 2, 1.
We both rolled a 5. It couldn't have been. It literally could not be more hype than that.
That's
could
crazy.
not.
It's crazy. Literally, we're all screaming.
It was like listen to the pure ecstasy. Listen to the pure like pandemonium.
Yeah. We didn't even know what would happen, but we just ready to scream.
Was that even?
Yeah, I still wonder
what even able to see like what you even rolled.
I don't know.
So
Let's
fast.
hear when the dice.
The dice hits the ground, it's immediately picked up.
No, we didn't start screaming until right after we.
It's just get it.
You're right.
Roll again. Okay. But they say, Gibby says tie.
It was time.
It's time.
3, 2, 1. 4.
I love that, like, 4.
We didn't even read off the second dice. It was just 4. It was just 4. And again, pure pandemonium. Once again. Here you go. As soon as the 3, 4, watch this. 1.
4.
Gabriel's crying.
Gabriel?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Okay, so at this point, I smacked the couch and said, "Oh my gosh!" And I said, "Oh my gosh!" from like the depths of my soul. I don't think I've ever screamed like that. And then Gabriel, he brought up the triangle of death there.
Any words? Maybe a triangle, step! A triangle! Any words? This triangle? Any words? Oh, triangle. I'm wrong for my life. I'm wrong for my life. Don't roll for your life in a dragon's curse. I'm dead! Ah!
Yeah, you don't roll for your life in a dragon's curse. So,
Dude, you know what's also crazy?
what?
It's like normally Gabriel would argue every single rule like that, every single rule like that
You're right.
early on.
Yeah, he would.
So it's just kind of crazy that just would have like the mood would have been different if he would have argued it, and then we probably would have had a rule, change a rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have. That I mean.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Danny, what do you got to do?
Okay. So we're gonna hop into this next. I mean, do we have anything else to say about that role? I mean,
I don't think so. No.
Sarah,
Pure
time.
classic.
Okay. So this next one. So that was the hypest role of season 1 right there. The next role here, the final hometown one hit kill hypest heck. So in the grand finals of season 1, there was multiple occasions in which I tried to do something that was not coined, but is now coined as the Magic 8, which is the only way to kill the Gatekeeper in one shot, and I believe has only happened in competitive history 3 times. So the first time that this happened is this right here. So this was the beginning of season 2, after the grand finals, and we'll just play the clip. Do you guys remember this specifically?
This is Danny that hit it, right?
Danny hit
Yeah.
it. We were at Gabe's house once again.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go.
Interstellar.
All right, boys.
Okay, so at this,
Interstellar.
you'll notice here, we're trying to play the music. You'll notice at this point things had become tradition. Like play the
Danny,
music.
what do you gotta do?
know.
Cornfield chase.
Here's a speech. Yeah, here's a speech.
The red
They were trying to situational awareness.
Keeper attack
Or
is
stank.
deal double damage whatever you roll.
All right.
If I get an 8
All right.
and he has 16, he's done. And one
Also, this is the craziest moment of my entire life.
That'd be pretty crazy. We got Ethan or Steven working
trying
on
to make some gatekeeper history.
I'm just trying to play some music.
boy. Ethan,
Either,
what do you
either
think?
Tron or Star Wars.
Duel the Fates.
This is against me, wasn't it?
Yes,
I think so, yeah.
it was. And look what you do. Look what you do.
Oh man. What's he gonna do?
It's a beautiful moment.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Huh? Interstellar.
put it right here. I have a speech. Ethan,
Right here. Look at this. Look what Ethan does. Look what he does.
Ethan, listen.
I love
He
you
puts
so much
on
in life,
the genie goggles.
but I had to do what I had to
The same glasses that I had worn months before.
do. Gatekeeper.
And you can see he raises his arms.
Here we go. Count me down.
Okay, he has to roll on 8 to kill him.
Count from 7.
The greatest! Right here. Watch this.
Here we go. Count me down.
5.
No. Count from 17. 7.
Right there.
Steven absolutely saved the roll. 100%.
Save the
Yeah.
roll.
It
Dude,
wouldn't have happened if it.
it wouldn't have, because it would have been a different roll. It was.
Yep.
And let me I just wanted to, again, this is one of those moments where I knew in my heart, if we did it, like I just knew it. I just knew that we had to change the number that we were on. Like you could see it in my brain. And then listen to as we count. 15, 14, as we count, going farther and farther down and down the line, we start to feel like we're like, oh my gosh, he's right. Steven's correct. 17.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god! What in the world? What in the world? What just happened? Holy crap!
Okay, so I want the Gabe's scream. You could say that was unnecessary, but it happened one other time when Gabe beat Josh in the 1v1 to get into
Oh
the
my
grand finals.
gosh, you're right.
So it might have been unnecessary, but it was
Perhaps.
traditional. That being
Yep.
said, you could say, well, what, like, okay, this moment there's not as many boys, it's not as many people, it's a smaller game, but this had been a year into playing the game and nobody had ever done this. So
Yeah.
everybody was ready, and it's crazy now because I feel like this happens way more. But I think maybe just because we know how to set it up, but So I'll keep playing. So there's about a legendary moment is about to happen right here.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What is going on? Oh my god! He did it! He did it!
Oh my gosh! How are you sitting in a chair?
So
The Angel Gabriel right there.
Amador struggles to get hype. So, and this was just one of the moments. Like, Amador at this moment has only been, like, he's never. I don't think Amador's ever won hype roll. He has only been the victim of hype rolls, and so here I think, yeah.
He was feeling for me.
Say it again.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Ethan?
I said he was feeling for me.
Yeah.
He was sitting the entire time. Oh my gosh!
Oh, okay, now that I'm really
Now, Ethan, roll the die.
You're not going to my other one. That's why. I'm saying.
Hold on a second here.
And then you also covered me in space, but that's all.
All right, Ethan.
So Ethan just here just rolling for that.
Even.
I gotta get an odd.
Even is
Bonus
dead.
alive.
Odd is alive.
I don't believe this. It's on. Yes.
And you know, I think that's crazy. I think after most hype rolls, the player usually rolled to stay alive.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a consistent thing, but I feel like that happened a lot. Actually, okay, so here's actually I'm not going to zoom into this video, but this is actually the video that took place before the Dragon Roll. This is just the first time we ever recorded a video.
Yeah.
Okay, so that freeze frame on my face is like because that was me getting beat, right? And it was because of a thing it was because of something that basically, okay, it was kind of clutch in the first place because Zach had to roll a 6 or a 3, I think. He had to roll a 3 in order for Gabe to kill me, and he did. So it was definitely a clutch. But the roll at that point it was like a reverbial hype, like we were hype after the fact. So anyway, but the thing that makes this clip great is Gibby had this terrible phone with awful audio quality, which just made this clip so funny.
Yeah, I think and that was the same camera that recorded Steven's Dragon Roll.
Yeah,
it is.
So good.
But the difference is that like I don't think the camera, although the camera, and sorry, I just played the next video here, but my Dragon Roll wasn't necessarily like influenced that much by the camera in that we were like it was there was no camera. The camera wasn't really helping to exaggerate anything because it was literally that extreme. That video was slightly exaggerated.
I think that Gibby's camera quality made your video a lot better, just because like all of our screaming was just like almost static, and I feel like it just like accentuated the hypeness of the moment.
No, that's true. That's true. The audio of it made it better, at least for the video. But anyway, yeah. So that's that. Okay, so now I'm going to the next one. So now season 2 has started. So at this point, this is the, how do I say? We hadn't played Gatekeeper since I went to college, I believe. And this was after senior year, obviously, so now we're in college. We came back from college. We had this match at Josh's house, and this was the first match of season 2. And I can just tell you, it's almost like we came to this meeting with an expectance.
like when you go to church.
Literally. We knew in our heads like this was going to be a hype match. And so part of like our strategy since then, when we hold an event, we have to build that same expectance. Because if people don't expect things to be hype, they're not going to be hype. So for this though, this is like when we discovered that like people came and they were ready. So this is the first roll. So just real quick to explain, Gabe. This is the first game of season 2. I guess the game before kind of counts, but I don't think that was for points. Essentially, Gabe was put in a situation where he had the roll. this Gabe right here, a 12-sided die against himself,
Yep.
and if he rolled a 11 or 12, he would
die.
He would die. So, Gabe, you have anything to say? Do you remember this moment? Do you have any thoughts before we play this
Oh
game?
yes. Yeah, I look back at this and I think like, why in the world did I hype this up? Because like, I think it kind of goes back to like me just like being starved for hype moments. Like even to the fact that like I'll kill myself for a hype moment,
Yeah.
metaphorically in Gatekeeper. And so like, I guess I'm not really sure what I was expecting because like, I got everybody outside here, and I mean, if I rolled at a number than 11, that we all would have been like, oh dang, and went back downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I guess maybe deep in the back of my mind, I thought that like I might roll an 11 or 12. So
Did you
I don't know,
almost want it to happen?
what's that?
He would have won.
This was probably Adam's first time playing.
It might have been.
It was. That's on the
So-
record book.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So I don't know.
No,
But-
I was just gonna say, like, I remember. Yeah, I think that it is. This is like, because sometimes if the Gatekeeper doesn't want the hype to happen, they'll kill it, and that's a strat. That's almost like a strategy now. It's like if you're a Gatekeeper and it's like your last turn, you try to kill.
Yeah,
the
it's
hype.
like Andrew.
Yeah, like Andrew.
Yeah,
Oh, last
literally.
turn. Let me just roll the dice real quick. Nope.
Yeah.
Doesn't think about it. Doesn't let it get hype. This moment right here, I think Gabe ushered this in too. Maybe
I
Gabe's
think
an
I
angel
did.
too.
Maybe.
So we'll play this. Okay. So also this was okay. Well, there's a lot of things to talk about in this game.
Damage to himself so we can win this game.
So notice Kids Bop.
I think I requested this song specifically.
Post Malone Kids Bop. Congratulations.
Yep.
2018.
Oh god, that's so cringe.
Dude, I don't think that's cringe. So back then,
I-
people used to T-pose. They used to.
Oh yeah,
This
And
is like prime Fortnite.
We have to explain this because I don't
this
think
was Prime Fortnite. This is when we played Fortnite every single day.
a lot of people actually don't know about the T-pose anymore. I was talking to people at school about it, but like, yeah, when you extend both arms in the shape of a T, shape your whole body like a T, that is called T-pose. It established dominance. So Gabe right here says, gather in a circle of the T-pose. So we all surround him, we T-pose, and we just establish a dominating presence around Gabe. So it was as if we were forcing this dice to do what we wanted. What I was gonna say about it, I feel like, I don't know. It's just this is a moment that couldn't happen today because it just where the 2018 this like era of cultural events that was going on, it was ridiculous. One of the craziest moments of my life.
Yep.
I'm not gonna record like this.
Is it Ryan? Is that Ryan? That's recording?
Yeah.
He didn't get to T-pose.
6 for our 1 in 6 chance. Last time. 1 for the luck.
What does he need? What does he need? I say we go down a number because last time didn't work.
Okay. So I don't know if you heard. So Adam, once again, I saved the hype roll because Adam said, I say we count down from 6, which last game that we played, we tried to have a hype roll. We did a countdown. We didn't feel it. We counted down from 6. Didn't happen. So right there, I said, let's go down a number from 5, and then I think that'll work. So once it's almost, I'm telling you, I received this stuff from another deity somewhere.
From 11.
From 11. Here we go.
11,
Yep.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now I can scream that we
So
Okay, I literally can't describe how perfect it was with the music.
With the
Like,
song, yeah.
It was just, now I can scream that we made it. And literally as to say, now I can scream, that's when everyone starts freaking out. And then I'm gone. Okay, go ahead and play the clip of me running, and then I'll
okay.
explain.
young kids.
It's really hard to tell, but there was someone down there, like by the truck, and I was like, I don't even know how far away I would have ran. I might have ran like, who
That's like
even
half
knows?
a block.
Like, I know I might have ran like 4 more houses down, but there was someone like mowing their yard or something over there. Like
Gabe's just running, sprinting shirtless down the street.
I'm sprinting shirtless to this like 35-year-old woman, and she's looking at me like I'm gonna kill her, and she's like freaking out, and that's when I basically stopped and just collapsed on the ground, and I was like,
Oh my gosh, I don't think I ever knew that.
For the listeners, let me paint you a picture here. So we're all standing around doing the T-pose. We count down, like Gabe said. Let us scream that we made it. We all scream with the song that we made it. The camera zooms into the 11 that he rolled. Everyone's screaming. Then he points the camera up, and Gabe is already all the way across the yard, dead sprinting with his shirt completely off, just running. It was literally like a cut. It was like from a movie scene. It's like it was a perfectly directed movie scene. Zoom in on the die. We all scream. Zoom up. Gabe's gone. Okay, so then what Gabe just described happened. I think Adam like literally dove into the grass.
yeah,
Yeah.
my jog of shame.
Okay, right here. Okay, look at.
Oh, dude. Okay, so I was working a landscaping job, mowing grass for 8 hours a day, like
True.
for like at least
Oh
2
my
months up to
gosh.
this point. And so for the listeners back home, I literally have 2 different shades of skin, only from the middle of my forearms down and like the neck up. So it's literally, it's like I'm wearing a white T-shirt with nipples and a belly button on.
And
It's so good.
So and then the other thing too is okay. This little goodness right here. Like Ryan blessed us with this.
Flex on no haters, Gabe. Flex.
He said, "Flex on those haters." Gabe flex. Gabe flex his muscles, which Gabe is not a very strong guy. And basically just
Yo, lost. It's also the loser.
he just
I just hunched over.
He's just hunched over like there's no muscles flexing. It's just his pale body with his overly tan arms. It looks like sleeves.
Oh my gosh. I love how he told you to flex and you just lost the entire game.
Flex on those haters. Okay, and then what happens after that? I don't remember.
Oh man, it was the jog of shame. High five, Ethan.
Yeah.
And before you guys say we're like nerds or losers, our wives were all there except for mine. Their wives were both there in the circle with us, and they're both. This was pre-marriage, and now they're all married. So,
And they still love us.
Yep.
in fact, I think every boy in that clip is married now, except for Theo. Okay, hold on, not that one. Okay, so here we go. So that was now this. Okay, so this is the same night. So now, this was. I think this was right after that, and it was at this point.
I'd like everybody to know that my man.
Okay, so at this point, once again, we had come into this game with the precedent of literally the last couple games we had played like a year ago were some of the hypest matches we had ever played. We had these crazy rolls, like some of the videos we had already gone over. This video happened right after the most previous video we just showed. And this is Theo in position to drag and roll on I don't know who. I think it was Juan. In the same exact spot that I was in against Amador in the first video. So you know that we like our bodies were ready for this one. So let's play it. Okay, and you guys have anything to say about this before we go in?
Nope. Go ahead.
Okay, we go.
Nope.
In here, Theo.
Does he drag and roll first, or does he roll straight first?
No, just skip the trade. Just do straight for drag.
Alright, you gotta use this.
Basically-
You gotta use this thing, man.
Alright, dragons are in. The end of the game is here. After this turn, the game is over, and Josh will have a chance to finally end the game, winning the first game, the first official match of season 1.
Official match of season 2. I literally misspeak all the time. Let me also preface too. Everyone's paying attention. Everyone's glued in the moment. This is like I feel like this doesn't even happen anymore because people are just on their phones all the time. Not to be that not to be that guy who's like always complaining about teenagers on their phone, but you know what I'm saying? Like this is like crazy. Okay, here we go.
Well, we got one more roll.
It's so good, dude. I love facilitating this stuff.
My man Theo needs to get a 5 on a Dragon's Curse to 1v1 Josh Wapowski.
It was Josh, his best friend.
Boy.
Let's also Theo's mom. This game was made based on the fact like we were trying to kill Theo's mom because she got the game banned. Nothing against her at all. Like she actually, it really wasn't even her fault that much, but it was just kind of put on her. But now Theo is here in the position trying to kill the character who represents his mother. There's so many underlying themes that are happening in this right now. And it's his best friend. So, okay, and also, let's go. So, here we go. I think this is an epic moment, too. Look at Gabe. Look how Gabe puts his hair over his head. I think that's crazy. I think to me, like, you're like shaking with so much excitement.
Yep.
Let's freaking go.
I changed the music to de-resed.
Countdown from 1980.
Again, do you guys see that? I picked the number. It's like I pick it right out of heaven. 19.
Yep.
18.
18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8.
At this point, you know. You know. Okay, I'll play it. I'll play it uncut.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I was literally jumping on the couch. I was the one recording this.
Okay. So that. So I mean, okay, this is like sort of in some way it's a smaller moment than the one that happened before. But again, the music, the countdown, all the boys are into it. It's all happening right now. It was just, and then so here we go for the battle.
3, 2, 1.
And this one failed.
Somebody rushed it. Somebody rushed it.
I think so.
I don't know who it was, but
It happens, unfortunately. But yeah, we failed that one. So, but the countdown, the initial countdown was so good that it deserves a spot.
Yes.
So here we go. So now after same day, next video, same day. Okay, I'm just making sure the video is still recording. Okay, so same game. Danny's Gatekeeper. If he doesn't roll a 6, game is over. And it's simple as that. Here we go.
Okay. What does he need to do? He needs to roll a 4 right now. And then
Theo, roll a 4.
he needs to roll a 4
Roll a 4.
and then Danny needs to roll a 6. Let's go.
Alright.
It's happened before. We've had worse odds before, and if it can, it will happen.
Yes.
Count it down.
That's right.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the dice!
Wait, hold on. How much
He got the 50-50. This is crazy. He has to roll a 6 or the game's over.
Give him a dragon. Any random dragon doesn't break the red. Here we go. Alright, music. Now he's gotta roll a 6.
The music, it's so perfect.
I knew it.
Roll a 6. Steven, question.
Okay. So I mean that's like the pinnacle of the video right there. Actually, I wonder if this connects to the other part. I don't think it does. But that I feel like I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
Okay.
Does this count towards the gatekeeper? I have a deal 1 damage to my target player if I want.
Yes.
I just love how Steven and Adam were jumping like monkeys on the bed.
And if it rolls a 12,
Like when Gabe, when you raise your hands above your head,
Yep.
it's like we just know, dude. We're sweating.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I remember in this night I was just in like this like running away mood. Like whenever anything hype moment, like anything hype happened, like I would just run away. Like I think I remember me and Ethan like in one of these rolls, like side by side, just running around the corner. Like when something funny happened or something crazy happened.
Oh my god! And I don't know if anything else hypes that happens in this video, but
Wait, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Conjure gate for enemy.
He's an enemy. He's an enemy.
Conjure Gate. That's what we used to call stockades. I don't know why. I don't know if anything else happens in this video.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't.
I've never watched this whole video through. Not for a long time.
Is this just like to the end of the game?
Remember Skinny Juan? This was Skinny Juan.
That's crazy.
This is when he came back and we were like, "Who is this man?"
I know.
Right here. They killed Danny right there. That's the end of the video. And let's see. Does he roll the hype? Does he roll the odd? I bet you. Oh, we don't even get it. Yeah. So again, so Danny, that's crazy. So Theo rolled the 50-50. Danny rolled the 6, and then Juan managed to kill him.
so much hype.
Okay, so hold on. Let's see. Let's go over to the next video here. Okay, so now Gabe, I don't. You could explain this one. This is you.
I think this video was pretty self-explanatory. I mean, I don't really remember a whole lot about the setup of the game. Like, what was the situation? I just remember Josh was the gatekeeper. Must have been last rotation. I had gotten 3 dragons. So I'm pretty sure like the only option I had was just to take him out of the dragon roll. So, I think that I was just kind of going with my gut and letting my gut hang out. I took my shirt off and asked everybody else to do the same. And you can let the clip roll.
Okay. Also, what was I gonna say about this? The title says season 3, but this was definitely season 2. Like it was definitely not season 3.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is probably the worst recorded. But I do
Yeah.
remember this moment. This moment was hype.
Rolling a 5. He's rolling a 5. Going outside? Are we going outside? Who's recording?
So again, the same situation. He needs a 5. You know, this is about probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years after the first one.
Yeah. I think was this before or after I took out Josh with his car? I thought it was after.
This is way after. This is like a year after that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I seem to roll pretty good against Josh.
Oh, how many 5s have you rolled against Josh?
At least 2. So the great thing about Josh, look at him, he's joining in. But I literally remember I just waited here, and I'm like, I didn't do a countdown. I just wanted to wait until I felt something, you know, like until the moment was right.
Look at all these
Like,
hands raised.
literally, I know. I think you know, like the things like people taking their shirts off, people raising their hands above their head, like that's not like at least in this one, it wasn't something that I'd like planned before.
No.
Kind of like I said at the beginning of the episode, like especially when you're doing your own hype roll, you just gotta just do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
In the moment completely.
exactly, you stay in the moment, and I think the dice might reward you. So go ahead.
Okay, here we go. So and I almost think there needs to be like a rule, like we're not allowed to just like we have to like get rid of the traditions. You know what I mean? It's like let the person doing the roll. You know what I mean? Let them do their thing. Like let them.
I mean, yeah, like if they want to do a countdown, that's great. Or if they want to ask someone else what number they feel. But yeah, I mean they got to do their own thing for sure.
Mm-hmm. So here we go. Yeah, so he rolls the 5.
Ethan grabs it. Not that red die. I love it. As soon as Ethan sets down the camera, like another hype thing happens.
Yeah.
So
Steven, I think this actually was season 3.
I don't think so. There's no way.
I think it was the start of it.
Because look at the date of this.
Look how old, but Andrew is way older than he was.
But this
before
is
we would've been playing
2019. Season 3 was 2020. This is in 2019.
Must have been.
And what I do, there's Amador again. You know, I think it's just crazy again, just to like mention, like also Danny's hilarious in this right now.
Yeah.
But I think what's important to mention is like in 2 years we had done that twice. So I like when the person actually won. So I mean,
Yeah.
out of like I think like
Sure.
50 games too. So here we go. Here, this is a legendary clip.
That's a good one.
Again, this is another Dragon Roll attempt. You have to understand, like we knew Dragon Rolls are hype, so a lot of times we steered the game in that direction. So a lot of these are going to be Dragon Rolls, but like, I mean that's just what the game is. It's hard to get a Dragon Roll. It's not easy. So here we go. So here's. So okay, you can almost see the evolution happening here. So actually, let me grow this video here.
It's Ryan's Dragon Roll.
So Ryan's Dragon Roll. But just notice in the beginning, like we said, like, oh, like what do we do? Like, do we count them down? Like, what do we do? And oh, 1 second. Do you want me to like start recording in there? Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna move my laptop to the other room. Let's see here. Okay, hold on. You guys can still hear and everything.
Yep.
Can you, okay, I'm gonna move into this other room over here. Okay, so anyway, you can basically see, like we're sitting there talking, like, oh, like what do we count down from, like whatever, you know what I mean? Like we're starting to like think about it too much. So this is kind of like something that we were starting to do, like overthink the hype rolls. And that kind of like led to a lot of interesting, I don't know. It led to this discussion we're having about how to get a hype roll. It's like before we just got them, and then it was like we're not getting them anymore. It's like we're thinking about it too much. Okay, anyway, so here's a roll.
Now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, here it comes. Here it comes.
I think other than the chair throw, I think the best part of this video is Ryan literally dropped the dice. Like he rolled it premature and then it ended up being a 5.
Yes, he did. Again, this is one of those things. It's like when it's like the universe is rolling the dice for us almost.
Yeah.
I guess it's against
This is
Amador
Ryan's-
too.
This is Ryan's final game.
The 1v1 to win the game.
Hey, you're right.
After
He went on
this,
a blaze of glory.
well, let's watch the outcome and then
That means
I'll
I'll
say
hold my
what's
phone. I have to battle. Oh,
Died.
Ethan, no.
Steven, this is a repeat of our
The
game.
drag.
Dragon Roll last location.
Oh my gosh. What?
Oh, the music's so good.
Oh, it was against me. It was against me.
Yeah, it's Ethan.
And I was the one recording.
15, 14, 13,
See, there it is.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 4. Oh,
Good roll, Ethan. Yeah.
Yeah, holy cow.
no. The Gatekeeper.
Shut it down, bro. Shut it down.
Yeah.
I killed
Ethan
him.
rolled Ethan rolled a 6. I mean, that was a big roll.
Yeah, he did.
And after that, I think you're right, Ethan. That was his last game. And the craziest thing about that being his last game, like that's his last memory. And ever since then, he's always been like, I don't really know if I want to play Gatekeeper. You know, it's like I'm not really sure if I'm up for it.
I ruined it for him.
Okay. So this next video, and you know the crazy thing too is like he was trying to hit Dragon Rolls all first season, because he was the
Yeah, that was
dragon
probably
hunter.
his first one that he actually got. You know?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he lost. So it was like tragic, you know. So I don't know.
You could
Anyway,
literally see how excited he was when he rolled the 5, though.
Yeah.
and to miss it because Ethan. Just kidding. So, but you know, Ethan was one of the best players. You know, he's gonna get a good role. You know, so here we go. So this next video, this is that Magic 8 moment again. So, but this time, actually no, this is an Expedition 2. This one's also not for points, but this was a year later.
What was this?
This is after season 2.
What'd you call it?
An expedition. An exhibition. Or how do you say it? What?
An expedition.
An
Going out
expedition.
exploring.
We're going to Everest.
That's funny.
What do you call it? What's it called?
It's an exhibition.
Exhibition match.
Okay, an exhibition match. Okay, so this was before season 3, after season 2. It wasn't for points, and this match, again, this is like literally 1 year after the last Magic 8. So I mean, you have to think like, I don't know. It's been so long.
No, I'm gonna wait. Are you recording? I've done it once today, and I'm gonna do it again.
It's counting down?
No.
What are you talking about, Gabe? What did you do once and not?
I honestly don't remember. I think I might have just been talking about like either a hype roll.
Yeah, I think you were just talking about doing a hype roll.
Okay.
Yeah, like being clutch, basically.
Yeah.
And I love how Danny says, "You want me to kill you down?" I said, "No."
So no, we call you Dr. Clutch, Gabe. Like in the grand finals and stuff. Like that's your name. That's like your code name. I feel like a lot of these videos now, there's been 3 of them with you in them, right? Or am I making that up? There's been 3.
No, I mean, there's
Gabe.
well, I mean, there's the one where I roll against myself, and then there's the dragon roll, and then there's this one. Is there another one?
I don't know, but that's you're definitely in more of them than other people, even if you rolled against yourself in one of them.
Yeah.
This is the moment we've been waiting for. It's 2019, boys.
Dude, I'm in the zone right now.
This is you trying to find that space to get hype. Like this is us.
Look at that look. Yeah. Did you see that? Okay, go back. Did you see that look I gave Danny before I rolled? I knew it was gonna be an 8.
That's crazy. Yeah,
I
that's
literally I looked at him and I
You looked at him
smiled.
with the look of death. Dude.
Straight Mamba mentality right in this video.
that's the Anakin look. What are you calling? He's looking at Obi-Wan before he gets murked. Here we go. This is supposed to play. So, and it's completely silent too. This is again another example of like being in the moment, not trying to force it. Like
Yeah, this was an awesome one.
okay. If any parents are watching this, just ignore that.
Oh no! Oh my god!
I missed it. What did you say?
I don't know. Do you want me to say it? Should I repeat it?
Okay, we'll just give a warning. It's not appropriate. Gabe, you can go ahead and say it.
I said
Replay it.
I said suck my fat balls, dude.
Who was it on? Jeremy? Or was that Danny?
No, it's
right?
not Danny.
Yeah.
The Jeremy showed up.
No way!
Jeremy just showed up.
I
Missed
can't
it.
believe
He said, "What just happened?"
Yeah.
I remember that.
Let's go!
Man.
Go back to like when I was on the ground, like after I rolled it, and then of course after I said that, I literally was just like I let out a scream of just pure like rage. After that,
Oh
Yeah, that's a.
no!
Oh my gosh, that's good.
that's textbook right there.
No!
Oh, that's a crazy. No, again, a smaller amount of boys in that one, but
Yeah.
that was a crazy match. Okay, now we're really getting into it here. Okay, this next roll was probably, as far as atmosphere, the most hype roll. I think.
I was gonna say I think this might be the most hype roll, as far as like you said, atmosphere like ever.
Okay. Actually, hold on. I really want to talk about this first. So this was Thanksgiving 1. So Thanksgiving was a tournament that we did in season 3, and it was really the pinnacle of Gatekeeper up to that point. This was the greatest Gatekeeper match we had ever played. We had 25 people over,
Yeah.
and we had 3 games going on at the same time.
That was crazy.
Every table played multiple games, and for every single hype roll, everybody in the room got around each table for the whole and everyone counted down and cheered for that one roll. That being said, we had been missing hype rolls time and time again all night. But when all else fails, this roll right here had the craziest odds. It was the craziest like scenario, and I mean it is what it is. What do you have? What do you remember? Like anything you guys want to add about like the setting here?
I don't know. I mean, I think that.
Sorry. Yeah.
What were you saying, Ethan?
No, I was just gonna say like this was literally the biggest match we've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, that's
far
pretty much,
into the all of our Gatekeeper lives.
yeah. Yeah. Like
Everybody
that's-
invited like everybody they could. This is in my basement. I remember that too.
No, this was my basement.
Yeah.
Was this my basement or was that your basement?
This was mine. This was mine. Because those are my
They look the
chairs.
same.
Yeah, we do have the same basement, so we have the same house.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like I vividly remember, we even had like all of our wives were playing that day too. I
yeah, I
remember
think
that.
all the girls played a game too. That was pretty cool.
It's also the last game Juan
Oh.
ever played.
Yeah, and like
Hey.
you were talking about how everybody went and just everybody was hopping between tables every time anything would happen. It was so fun.
Oh yeah, I think this is probably
The
one of the most
atmosphere was
fun days
incredible.
we've had.
Yeah, this is, and honestly, I don't know if this is like, it's crazy because it's like this is what we like. We want to do this again, but bigger. So that I mean, obviously, that's our hope with these matches coming up. But it's like it's hard. It's difficult when people grow up, you know, and like all these boys now, like we were all in college now, like everybody's like, you know, in different spaces. But this is what it's all about. So I don't know. So anything, there's so many things that led up to this moment. You think at this point it had been 3 years of Gatekeeper that led up to this moment. The shirts off, the music, the countdowns, everything. So here we go. Here we go. Also, we'll set it up too. Jaden Adcock had never played the game before. I don't believe. This was his first game ever. He's wearing gloves, fingerless gloves. Okay? He basically got stomped the whole game. Andrew led him into this scenario. He's about to do the same thing I did against Amador, which is crazy because Amador is also of a dark skin complexion, and I am very pasty. Jaden's pasty, and he's about to roll on Christian McGee, who is of darker skin complexion. I don't know why I felt the need to make that comparison, but I do think it's just the imagery is there, and I think it's pretty funny. So with Christian McGee, he's sitting there not getting hype. He's about to win the game. There's like literally like 15 of us surrounding the table, all with our shirts off. Jaden, who had never played before, this is his moment. The only 2 people with their shirts off, with the shirts on, are Sawyer and
Christian,
Juan.
right?
No,
And
Juan.
Christian McGee.
And Christian, but he's getting rolled on, so it's understandable. But Juan, I was like, you know, this is telling to me when Juan retired Gatekeeper, he couldn't get hyped that day. This was like the telling. So I don't know. So I don't know. I don't want to get too much into that, but
He has to roll a 3 to get this light shield. If he gets the light shield, he goes for the freaking dragon roll. He will roll the 5 and he will win the game.
that's crazy. What a great speech. My brother is wearing a bucket hat. He just showed off, and I love how he said he says if he destroys it, he will win the freaking game. Like it's just so like let me do it one more time.
Has to roll
A 3.
to get
Make the
this
slave
light
shield.
If he gets the light shield,
He goes for the freaking dragon.
The freaking dragon roll, that's what it is. He goes for the freaking dragon roll. It's the atmosphere is being set, the music is there.
He will roll the 5 and he will win the game.
And he spoke
He
into
will win the
existence.
game.
Will win the
He
game.
will roll a 5. He will win the game.
All right.
What do you want? Count down.
All right, give me 7.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh
My God.
my God!
Oh my God. Hit the 3.
Oh, he got the lane. He got the lane shield.
So
Got his third dragon, and he's turning them in right now.
The energy, dude. The energy right there. You just feel it rising. No. Watch this. No, watch this. This is me. This is me and my my hype roll facilitation about to take place. I'm holding the camera.
Hold on. Just wait. Strip blue. Okay.
Turn those suckers in.
I think Peter's so blind.
Dragons are in. Hey, do you want
No idea what's going on.
Give him the dragon dice.
The metal die.
Right here. Look at this. Look at this. Listen to this.
No. Big red.
No, Big Red.
That's what Lucas. You like the big.
Look at Lucas.
So he grabs the big red die, the same die that I rolled against, the only die that had ever been used to successfully roll a dragon roll to that point. The one I used against Amador, the one Gabe used against Josh, the one Theo used, the one Ryan used. At this point, this die is legendary, so that's why they say the big one. Grab the big one. Yep. So right here, in this moment, I knew that if we took too long, we weren't going to get the roll. So I took it upon myself to basically direct the flow of the roll with the energy of that I was feeling around me. Like this was when I was like this is if we're going to get this hype roll, this is what needs to happen. So this is what happens. Here we go. So I don't know what the frick I said. I don't know what I said. But let me try again. Listen to what I said.
You did not speak English there.
It's completely unintelligible.
Spoke some demonic like.
It's not intelligible at all. But I again, it speaks to the fact I knew what had to happen, and it didn't matter what I said. I think all that matters is we rolled that die, and I got everyone excited. And I was a little out of my comfort zone there too. I was a little nervous, because I hadn't been hyping in a while. But me in that moment, I said, no, I'm not gonna be nervous. I'm gonna step out. So I said, "Are you ready for them?" I think I said, "Turn the light off, Fitzy."
Can I come on you for a second?
Oh, sure. I said, "Are you ready for the moment, boys?" I think that's what I said. "Are you ready for this moment, boys?" And then we went.
Replay. Let's see if we can hear it.
That does not sound like. That's what I said.
I think I heard feel the energy in the room, boys. Maybe.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Try it one more time.
Actually, you're right. Can you feel the energy in the moment,
boys?
Yeah.
That's so crazy that I said that. So I said, again, you can hear my that's what I'm thinking in my head. We gotta feel the moment, gotta feel the energy. So I said, "Can you feel the energy in the moment, boys?"
And everyone was like,
"Yeah." Everyone's like, and that's when I knew. And I couldn't delay it anymore. So
we are literally going to war right here against Christian.
It was so imagine after this. So the whole night, this was the most hype that it had been all night. This is the loudest we had been after every failed attempt to roll. This is the loudest we had been, and this, of course, will be the one, right? So here we go. So and it's crazy. I said, "Come on!" It's just I can't hold it in. 5, 4, 3. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. This video does not have the crazy camera that we had in the other one, but this moment was louder and crazier than the other one. For me personally, it wasn't as hype, obviously, as the first one, but like it was overall. This was atmosphere was just nuts.
I will say one thing.
Yeah.
One thing I do remember is I'm pretty sure after we rolled that 5, I think I like bumped into the wall, like whatever that white padding insulation is on the side of the wall. I literally cut my back, like or scratched my back so hard, and it was like my back was in so much pain. But like I literally just remember being like, I didn't even notice it until like the entire like roll was done. Like it was so like exciting.
There's just so much adrenaline.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go. So now they have to battle.
Whoever wins the Raw wins the mother freaking.
So good. The crazy thing about that's exactly what I said to Amador, and it came to my mind at that moment, and it's like again I was giving
recognize that.
You what?
Go ahead. I think I was there trying to like finish the quote with you. Like you could see me trying to say it with you.
Yeah, like I was giving my blessing. I was passing the torch of hype to the next generation.
What is it? 5! It's on a call!
Now, unfortunately, he rolled the wrong dice. So Jaden rolled the dice. He rolled a 5. So now, as long as the other guy doesn't roll, he has to re-roll. But as long as he doesn't roll a 5 or less than a 5, then as long as he rolls less than a 5, then Jaden wins in the clutch.
Hey, no, he has to re-roll. He has to re-roll. He has to re-roll. No, it's a 6-sided die. It's a 6-sided die. 6-sided die. Less than a 5. He loses the game.
So we got it. Dude, that pylon is so crazy.
Dude, Jaden is literally Rocky Balboa in this moment.
Let's go! That's the season 3, baby. Dragon Ball.
What did Ethan say there?
I said
Wait, go back.
I said
Let's go! That's the season 3, baby. Dragon Ball.
He said Dragon Roll.
Hold on, let me
8 on the double dash.
That's crazy. Yeah, that whole roll was insane that happened like that with all those people around like on that night. You know what I mean? It didn't have to happen, you know? And I know we played so many games, but it's like we rolled maybe 2 dragon rolls the whole night, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like
Those are 2 of the rarest plays this game.
and only one of them happened.
Andrew, on the 8, on the double damage, going blitzing the center, and then he just...
It's crazy. That's an insane roll. Okay. That's the most insane roll ever. So, okay, now let's go to the next one here.
Roll on me, Josh, and leave me. This is my first
ever.
He's leaving his own house. I'm going to this first ever.
So, okay, here we go.
Close
Next.
by your 10.
Okay, this is the craziest roll.
This one right here? Okay, hold on. So how many rolls do we have left? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have 3 rolls left. Okay, so this one, season 4. So that was season 3. This is season 4. Was it actually season 4? Or did I just mistitle it again? I'm pretty sure this was season 3. There's no way this was season 4.
Pretty sure this was the first game of season 3. We played it literally in your living room.
Yeah, this was before Thanksgiving. So here we go.
First of all, Andrew got the last turn, and he lost on what? How did he decided to die?
You know what I think about this roll?
He rolled a 6.
Is
Got to the last roll.
What?
I think this is the reason, because this is the very first. I think this is the reason that Lucas went on a rampage this season.
Say it again. What do you mean? This game right here?
Yeah. Because he got rolled on.
Last turn.
That is crazy to think about.
Now, I just did the same thing. Lost to on the very last turn of the game. Now, Lucas only has to survive these 2 players.
That's true. Lucas was about to win.
And the only thing they can do is
He only had to survive these 2 players.
attack red, and they capture red, they can one-shot him. That's the only chance we have, and that's the end of the game, no matter what. Pretty much. Alright, let's do it.
No, plus 2. 7.
Oh man. There's no way.
Oh, wait, man.
Okay, so Danny has a roll on his card where if he rolls a 5, he can capture a gate without battling for it. So if he doesn't roll that, then he's pretty much probably not going to get the gate to destroy Lucas. But so he basically in a situation where he has to roll a 5 and then he has to roll an 8 on an 8-sided die. Which I'll explain in a second. Right there, he just got it. I swear if I lose, Ethan, you're right. He said, "I swear if I lose," and then he went on the greatest winning streaks in Gatekeeper history. So okay, so hold on. Did we? What exactly? Okay, here we go. Hold on, let me turn the volume down.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
So what happened there? Did he just kill him? Now I'm confused.
He just captured the right gate. That's
Oh,
what that
so he
was.
captured the gate. Okay, yeah, so he captured the gate now. He doesn't have to battle for it. Now he has to roll an 8. Okay, so this is important what he said, so listen to what I'm saying. That's crazy. Danny is the only person in history to ever roll a Magic 8 up until this point in a competitive game. Okay, so now obviously Gabe did it once too, but it wasn't a competitive game. So now this is, and it's crazy because Danny, the fact that Danny could even attempt, he's only attempted one before, so this is his second attempt. I mean, what are the odds that he rolls 2 of them?
Wait, there's not really
And so the reason why he has to roll an 8, just for the listeners, when you capture red, it does 4 damage automatically to the center. And then you roll an 8-sided die for double damage. So the center's standard is set to 20. So he's down to 16. And then, of course, 16. 8 times 2 is 16. So if he rolls an 8. So that's the deal here.
The dice is gonna open the door, the dice is gonna come flying.
I think it's crazy.
Somebody was in the bathroom.
He's, he's rolling the dice. So Danny's at the top of the stairs. He's got to roll the dice down the stairs. My dad is in the bathroom across. My dad literally opens the bathroom. The dice will literally roll into the bathroom. That's what Lucas was saying.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lucas is in shock.
Absolute shock. That's insane. First of all, what would Lucas's win rate if Lucas didn't get clutched on the couple times he get clutched on? What would his win rate be? It would be insane. It'd be like 45%. It would literally be like crazy. Man, that's like another. So I mean that's the hype part of it. Now there's the video continues. Ethan tries to kill him, but he doesn't obviously get it. Okay, so now we're here. So now we're moving on. This is the 4th dragon roll ever, I think, on video, right? Is that what I'm understanding? Like completed dragon roll. So I had one.
Yes.
I had one. Jaden had one. You had one, and now this is Josh Lepowski.
Roll on me, Josh.
Also on Lucas. Also on Lucas.
Yeah.
In the same season. Dude, I'm telling you, Lucas would have had the highest win rate.
Andrew's going to his room. He's banished to his room if he gets a 5.
That's not my name.
I have dominated this entire game. This is going
Look at this man's
Josh could
statue.
feel it. He could feel it.
Yeah, look, he's like shaking.
We're so good at the music. The atmosphere that we set is so crazy.
all the way. Turn it around. It sounds comes out the other side. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
He threw it on the ground before you guys finished counting.
He pulled a Ryan.
And you guys are just leaping in the air. This is right before he got clutched on, by the way.
Yeah. Before Christian's dark ages.
Everyone just takes a. I love this clip of Gabe taking a shirt off. I think it's hilarious.
Wait, I didn't see it.
Oh no, never mind. It's the wrong clip. I'm thinking of something else.
Oh my god. The higher number wins the game. Wins the motherfucking game. Are you ready?
Look at that! Look at this spectacle.
Cinematography is so good.
The season 3 documentary will be unprecedented.
I can't wait.
10. We're going for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. 6.
Lucas knew before anybody else. He saw it. I remember he told me that. You could see him.
Josh is an animal.
Dude, that was the clip I was talking about before we started this episode. Like, do a quick breakdown. Go back to when
Okay, let's do it.
Josh turns around. He does a fist bump after he's done jumping around. Fist bump right there. Turns around. Yeah! There was 2 fists in the air. He starts 1 fist there. Turns around.
For a second, I thought he walked up straight to Lucas and just screamed in his face.
That is so good. It's iconic.
It doesn't happen that often. Okay, yeah, that's a crazy roll. So I mean, there's nothing much to say about it. I mean, it is a dragon roll. It was Josh's attempt. He threw the die. He literally dropped the die mid countdown, and it was crazy that he got it. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Here we go. So now season 4. So this is a special roll because Gatekeeper. We had just turned Gatekeeper into an actual company. Because before this, Gatekeeper was not. It was just a thing we did for fun. So we're like, well, why don't we start selling the game? We'll spread the details on that. That'll be a different podcast. But basically, Gatekeeper was just formed into a company, and we're like, all right, now we're gonna try to spread it to new people. So we started playing. We played at this game store, this local game store near our house, and near our neighborhood. And this guy Brandon Rempis, it was Ken's.
It's 10:20, right?
Yeah, and this was his first game ever. To ever play, and literally, because they don't go over it as much in the video, but in this video, this is an exact parallel of me versus Amador, and this is why I believe Amador is an angel, because Amador is sitting there with a full domination, stockades, full health. The only way to beat him is a 5, and Brandon Rempis is sitting there, and the only way he can beat him is by rolling this 5. So here we go. Let me zoom in here. First time I ever played. Just like Jaden. Isn't that crazy? The first time they ever played.
So last rotation is literally, you know what this is? A complete repeat of season 1. Won the first dragon roll ever. All right. When
Amador knows it too. I'm telling you, he's an angel. Look at this. Look at the
He,
form.
look at the way he looked into
Look
the
at the
camera.
form. Look at the form. Yeah, I'm telling you, he knows. He knows what he's
He
doing.
knew. He knew.
first dragon roll ever.
As soon as he said that.
He knows. He knows. Look at his face. You think that's a human?
That is an angel right there.
That's an angel.
Wearing his Wendy's uniform. Okay, so here we go. Look at this. Look at this pristine. Once again, this is like the craziest moment in my life. Pristine form, rolling form by Brandon Rempus. Absolutely dead-eye focused on the board.
His eyes are wide open.
He's got both hands on the die, and he's shaking them up. Here we go. He's got the underhand, overhand. He's cupping it like a muffin.
Protecting that dice with his life.
Here he goes. And we
Oh.
he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't understand the present. And think about it. What's crazy about this is that the four previous dragon rollers were all there, right? It was Josh there? I don't know if
I don't think Josh was there. Josh was probably at school.
3 of the 4 were all there. So here we
A
go.
complete repeat of season 1, the first dragon roll ever.
Once again, Amador. Second. There's the form, and here we go. He didn't even give us a countdown.
Steven, hold on. Pause. Gabe is not in the Discord right now. You have to add him into it.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I can't. Let's just join him. Actually, yeah, I can. Oh, sorry, Gabe.
Hey, sorry, I must have disconnected. Go ahead.
You're good. Okay, so here we go. So Brandon at this point doesn't understand what he's about to do, so he doesn't even give us a chance to count down. Another example of why just allowing the player to feel the moment is the best thing you can do.
All 4 gates. I only have 2 gates.
That's so good.
Dude, when we make the Gatekeeper movie, we have to introduce Pyramus like that.
Like you mean
in that pose?
You mean like,
lean all the way back, both hands in the air.
He literally leaned all the way back.
4 gates.
Here we go. Let's watch it one more time.
Keep going. It gets better. Right there.
He's leaned so far back. He's standing with his back at a 45-degree angle. It's just both fists in the air. Okay. Here we go. Did you hear what I said? I said battle before the momentum's gone. And the crazy thing is like that was me being insecure, but like watch, he breaks the momentum. Watch this.
Go back to Amador. Look, he knows it's about to happen. Go back again. Keep going. You'll see him both hands in his face.
Yep. Look at that.
That's the same
mirror image
of
season 1.
The worker in the store is like, what is going on?
Dude, he hated us.
It's crazy that we didn't get more people playing when we were all like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's marking down his kill. He said, "Not the win yet. Not the win yet." So those are the Yu-Gi-Oh guys in the back.
He's sitting there reading off the back of the card.
He's literally never seen it.
I love Dragon Rolls set? I'll go for 5 because it was 5. Alright. You want the I Heart Dragon Rolls set?
Make sure you're recording. Make sure you're on it.
Alright. Sorry. So like 5.
Yeah.
5. 3, 2, 1. 1.
That's crazy.
You rolled a 1?
Yes, they both rolled a 1. That's even crazier. He couldn't have rolled lower. And Brandon Rempus's roll, the way he rolls the die is actually kind of sick. You know?
Yeah,
Did you know? He it's almost like a, I don't know. It feels acrobatic almost like.
Yeah.
Beat him by 1.
Yep.
Look, that's so awesome.
Should I go back?
I literally. that shot of Brandon is so good.
This is beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Kenzie, please, I'm recording a podcast. You're going to be live on Spotify. Please just close the door. We're watching a video. We're discussing Gatekeeper. Okay, close the door, please. Yeah, I got it. Please. Thank you.
Literally, like,
sorry for you listeners.
It's okay. I literally remember like writing down all the similarities between this moment and the original Dragon Roll with Steven and Gabriel. Like, there's so many similarities. It's kind of crazy. So first off, someone's Dragon Rolling against Gabriel Amador. That's the most obvious one.
Yeah.
And there's one thing we kind of pointed out. You know, Gabriel's posture is literally mirror image. Like, you know, him kind of clenching his fist, looking up to the sky in anger. You know, and this clip is the same as the first one. His eyes down in his face is the same as the first one. Like, literally, the first time they battled, they tied, same as the first one. The second time they battled, it was decided by one number. The winner only got one number higher than Gabriel Amador to win the game.
Yeah,
like
with the tie and the 4 gates versus the Dragon Roll.
And you have domination.
Exactly.
Both times too, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Gabriel had domination. It really was like history repeating itself in the most beautiful way.
Man, I don't even know what the chances of this stuff are. Like, I think in total up to this point, maybe we had rolled 8 Dragon Roll, like when we rolled a 5, and maybe not, maybe less than that. Like, it's crazy. Okay, so we like had 8 Dragon Rolls. 5 of them of the 8 were a 5. Like, we rolled the number that we needed, which is also crazy. And oh shoot, my laptop's getting very low battery. But luckily this is the last clip actually, so we're pretty good. We're actually good. Anyway, so 8 of the 5, so 5 of them were that, and then 2 of them were exact parallels. I just don't, dude. I don't know. And Amador and Lucas received 2 of the. Who received? No, I guess Josh received 1. Lucas got hit with 1. Or no, he didn't. It was someone else. Okay, anyway, yeah. So, I mean, these are crazy. It's a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
And now Hypest literally comes to every event. If this happens to you, come to every event.
Yeah.
Danny, please. Man. Okay, well, anyway, that was our last one. I think there's one more I wanted to show that we don't have as much information on. But we can finally talk about it. So let's show it right here.
All right, put the camera on me. My man Lucas over here. I just took over this whole game, and Lucas was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the secret rule, and let's just say he pulled off the first roll.
Okay, so let's explain. So we're allowed to explain this on camera now. And the new rule is you can only do this roll one time in competitive play. In other words, if he were to do this now, he would not be allowed to even attempt it again. If you attempt it one time, you cannot attempt this roll again. So this is the first time and only time that it had been attempted in competitive play, which is insane to think about. So, actually, no, maybe I guess it had been attempted before. But this is the only time in Season 4. The first and only time in Season 4. So, what the secret rule is when all players on the board are dead except for 1, if you roll a 0 on a 10-sided die, 0 through 9, you roll 0, 2 times in a row, you insta-kill the other player. But it is only allowed to be done 1 time in your competitive play history. And back then, we weren't allowed to describe the video, or else we'd be describe the roll, or else you'd be banned from attempting the roll yourself. So there's a lot of allure here. Again, a 1 in 100 chance of even hitting this roll never happened before.
The odds less than 1%. He rolled the first one. Now he has to do it on the second try. Let's see what this man has in the chamber.
And the crazy thing about this is there's only like 5 guys at this one. There's only 5 dudes.
Yeah, we were on our way back from Gen Con.
Give me a countdown from 15.
I remember they called us in the car, Steven. You remember that?
12,
Yeah. I think I do actually.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Between the legs.
Between the legs.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
It's spinning. There's no way.
Oh my gosh.
That's so crazy.
They got yelled at.
That's seriously Gatekeeper, man. I don't even know what else to say. And
Who was it
man,
against?
It was against Andrew, of all people. Anyway, yeah. So this so far has been the longest podcast that we've done, but this is a very special episode. Do you guys have? I mean, don't feel rushed, but any closing remarks that you guys want to say about hype rolls?
It's literally just like it's like the life of Gatekeeper.
Yeah,
It's the heart of it.
I agree. I mean, I think that hype rolls make or break a player's legacy. I think that a hype roll can, as we've seen, literally make a person decide not to come back, make a person decide to come back forever.
Yeah.
And it's literally all dependent on the roll of dice, you know? And I think there's not much else to say. I mean, I think that Gatekeeper is a beautiful game of strategy and luck. And I think that kind of when that strategy induces a lucky roll in a way, I think that's kind of like the great thing about Gatekeeper is that sometimes it's a great and not so great thing sometimes. You can have a great game, but Jaden can roll jump lane shields and take you out and win the grand finals.
Yeah, which is another one we could talk about, but I think.
I mean, that's it for another time.
Yeah, we'll save the grand finals for another time, but.
I just think that it's great that the hype can.
Okay. What were you saying, Gabe?
I don't remember. So
we were talking about hype rolls and what it means to us.
I think that the great thing about Gatekeeper is that you can have the greatest game of your life. You can literally be dominating. You can literally have all 4 gates. But if your name is Gabriel Amador, then someone's gonna drag and roll you. So it's almost guaranteed. So it's like you can also have a very lucky roll, but someone who's having a great game strategy-wise, can shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a great balance in the game where hype doesn't really rule the game, but there's enough strategy in that to make the hype even all that more better. So
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I think Ethan and I were talking about this at Gen Con. We were saying, like, this is literally the most fun we've ever had. And I've talked to other people, too. Like, I remember one time I said to Austin Colomar, which I don't know if he would agree with this now, but back in the day, we said, like, what's the most hype thing you've ever done, Austin? He said, Gatekeeper. And Austin, like, not even, like, he doesn't even play. You know what I mean? Like, just a few times he played Gatekeeper when he was there for the 666. That's what it is. It's just...
Yeah.
This is like the most fun thing that we've ever experienced.
Just the community, all the hype. Everybody like roots for each other, even when it doesn't go your way.
Yeah,
like it's just it definitely is like the most fun game like that you can play. I thoroughly believe that, and it's not just because it's what. Like we made, I think. Like I think there's literally like.
It's what it facilitates. It's the game. I think there's a depth of strategy in there, but it's not like chess where it's overbearing necessarily. It's a different because it's a different way of thinking. It's not 1-2. And at the end of the day, it's not like a. It's more about probability and calculating odds, and it's like through all that it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, like the clutch factor is just there. So and ultimately what we've done through these tourneys is we've just created these crazy like perfect storm like environments. And I talk to I'm a youth leader now, like I work with teenagers. I've been noticing a lot of guys have been telling me who are in the league, like they don't have sleepovers, like they don't have game nights, like where they all go to each other's house and like play video games all night. And I'm like, man, like, I mean, obviously we like playing video games like Gatekeeper all night. That was like our thing. That was like these were like the nights we lived for, and not to be like too like sentimental about it, but do you know what I mean? It was like
Yeah.
crazy things, crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
so with that being said, that is our episode today, and next week we'll probably be talking about. We'll try to get another guest on, but we'll probably be talking about either the story of Gatekeeper as far as the what do you call it, the like the lore and stuff like that, or I have another interesting idea that I'm not gonna mention right now. So with that being said, thank you guys for listening. If you've made it this far, and yeah.